Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, welcome everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know, my name is Josh Schoenly. I don't know if my webcam is live right now. Is it live? Oh, there it is, right there. All right. So my name is Josh Schoenly. For those of you who don't know me, and the topic for the workshop today is a simple plan for doubling your real estate business in 2021. And I'm super excited to share this with you. Let me know in the chat if you are excited to be here, and would love to know where you are tuning in from, where in the world you are listening from. I did see my man Paul, the hits just keep coming. Done. Robert says good morning. Janice says I can't hear you. Yeah, I I didn't have a my mic on right away. Andy, I will answer that question in a minute. Sue, hello. Robert from Westchester, Southern Jersey. Stoked for this, Ray says. Right on. Mississauga, Joe, thank you, thank you. Menifee, California. Karen, thanks for checking in. Greg James from Utah. What's up, my man? Toronto, Ray. Shirley from Maryland. All right, let's go ahead and get the ball rolling here. I'll switch to slideshow preview in a moment, but a couple of housekeeping items. Actually, before we even get into the housekeeping items, let's talk about real quick what we're going to go over today. I'm going to share with you the mindset, marketing, and by marketing, I'm talking about systems and math that I used to go from 0 to 30 transactions with 9 more in escrow in the last 12 months, while simultaneously building an organization of 43 other agents and brokers paying me referrals on a monthly basis and growing my personal wealth, my personal net worth by over $70,000 per month. And this is all so you can take and use the same mindset, marketing, and math to double your business or more in 2021. My goal is actually to more than double this year's production, and I'll share some of that for those of you who may be interested. So some quick housekeeping items. It seems like you can hear me and see the screen all right, so we're good there. Let's remove all distractions. Turn your phone on vibrate, close down other browsers, close your door, maybe lock it. Give me your undivided attention for the next. I'm going to try and keep this short. I'm going to try and keep this under an hour. We'll see where we're at after Q&A. And here's probably the most important part of this screen right here. Remain open-minded enough for this information to change your business and your life. And as I said, we will do live Q&A at the end. If you have a question, pop it in the chat or pop it in the question box as the question comes up. And that way you don't forget. And I'll go through those at the end. So without further ado, it does seem like we are good to go. Marvin from Reno, Nevada. Joy, I don't know. The audio seems to be working. Hopefully it's working for you now. So without further ado, who's ready to get started? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the webcam for now because I find that to be distracting. And we'll go into presenter mode here. So I want you to relax and settle in. I want you to relax and settle in because there is nothing for sale. There's nothing for sale today. I would highly recommend that you take notes. So if you don't have a pen and paper, maybe grab one. Someone did ask, I will send not only the recording, but I'll be happy to send the slides for today's workshop as well. I will get them out to everyone as soon as possible, later today or at worst tomorrow morning. But I want you to settle in and relax. There is nothing for sale here. There's no buy now. There's nothing to buy. However, I would like to make an agreement with you, okay? So hopefully you'll make this agreement with me, and I would appreciate it if you let me know with a big yes or a hell yeah in the comments if you agree. You are most likely here because you are looking to improve your business. You may be looking to double your business, as the title of this workshop. I want you to agree and make a commitment right now that if you see throughout today's workshop how what I'm showing you can help you get from here to where you want to be in your business. Okay. From over here, you may be frustrated, struggling, you may feel stuck, um, you may feel like a constant uphill battle. You may feel like, well, I'll show you some examples in a minute. To over here, where you've got a predictable and scalable business, one that relies on systems and simple math for you to grow. If I can show you how to get from here to here, I want you to make a commitment and agreement to at least consider hopping on applying for and hopping on a strategy call where over 30 to 45 minute time block, we can brainstorm your specific business, your market, what you're trying to do, the type of clientele that you want to serve, who, what you want your business to look like, not just over the next year, but in the long term, and create a plan for that. So let me know if you agree in the Q&A. In fact, I'm gonna just double check here. So I got a bunch of sure, absolutely, ready to go, bring it on. Absolutely, absolutely, yes, always looking to massively improve. Hell yeah, yep, right on, right on. Okay, so let's go back into presenter mode. So my guess is, my guess is that most of you here, and you can let me know if you agree, most of you here are really good at the business of real estate. You are great at helping your clients buy or sell property. You've got experience, you work hard, you truly care about your clients. You will go above and beyond to take great care of them and make sure that that they're getting the best service possible, that you're negotiating for the best deal possible. Is it safe to say that if you're on here right now, that adequately describes you? You're good at the business of real estate. What you may struggle with is the marketing and creating a predictable and scalable way to get more clients. If you just had the opportunity to work with more clients, you could double your business. You could grow and scale. Does that, am I painting an accurate picture of those of you on here? And I'm seeing a bunch of yes. Now, that said, many of you on here probably feel a little bit like Bill Murray from Groundhog Day. And where you feel like at the end of every month, at the end of every year, it's like, it's Groundhog Day. It's here we go again. You may even feel like this gal in her salmon business attire, where you're running on a treadmill, you're running on a hamster wheel, where the minute you stop, so does the business. You get busy working with clients, and what you did to create those opportunities, that dries up, and it's this constant fit and start, start and stop. It's this constant hill and valley, hill and valley. And here's here's the best way or explanation I can provide for you from that, or for that, straight from Warren Buffett. Now, Warren Buffett is widely regarded as the greatest investor of all time. And the quote we have on the screen here is that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. Okay, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. And that's why so many agents in our industry they're never able to retire. They literally work until they die. I was listening to a video the other day of one of the fellas in our organization, a leader in our organization, tell stories about relatives of his, two relatives, in fact, that literally died in front of their desk in the office as a real estate agent and real estate broker. I mean, that's sad, but for many of you, you may feel like that's the life you're living. You feel like Bill here. You feel like this lady on the treadmill. Okay. Here's one of the best ways I can illustrate to you why that is. Okay. And these are obviously crude examples here that I threw together. See, I've had the incredible pleasure over the last several months to talk with dozens of real estate agents and brokers and strategize and talk with them about opportunities to partner with us and the system that we've built. And the vast majority of them have businesses that are built upon the gravy on top of the meat and potatoes, or the cherry on top of the sundae. What do I mean by that? Okay. When your business is reliant, or when the majority of your business is reliant upon sphere of influence, referrals, past clients, you don't have much control over that. Yes, there are things you can do to try and orchestrate opportunities from that. You can do events, you can do pop buys, you can call them on a particular schedule, you can send them follow-up communications, but ultimately that is out of your control. How many referrals you can get from your sphere of influence, from your past client base, referrals of referrals, etc. That is that it's unpredictable. And so the way I like to look at that, the way I've treated that in my business, is that to me is the gravy or the cherry. But without the meat and potatoes, without the actual sundae, you are constantly going to be feeling like him and her. And I'll give you my own experience from this year. If I had only relied on my sphere of influence and referrals and past clients for business, I would have been starving. I don't know what I would have done, to be honest. I would have had a small fraction of the amount of transactions that I've been able to close. So let me know in the chat, in the Q&A box, the chat box, is your business currently based upon the gravy or the cherry on top, or on the meat and potatoes or the sundae? Now, many of you, I am willing to bet that many of you have, in one way or another, uh, espoused, that's a fancy word, I'm not even sure I'm using it right, have used the idea of renting versus owning in your marketing, right? And emphasize the benefits of owning a home versus renting, right? When you rent a home, you're throwing your money out the window, right? You're making your landlord wealthy. You don't have control over, whether or not you can have pets in some cases. Versus when you own your home, you're investing your own money. You're building your own wealth. You can paint the property the color you want. You can have the pets you want. You can do what you want. Many of you have done that, right? You've talked about the advantages of owning a home versus renting. Many of you, that may be, for many of you over the years, that may be where you've had the most client opportunities. In fact, I have a settlement scheduled for tomorrow with folks that they're buying a home. They've been renting for 5 years and they decided, I'm going to stop throwing my money away. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. Most of you, many of you on here, I would say most of you on here, you are renting your business. Okay? You understand the benefits of owning versus renting, but you don't even own your business. And I'll unpack what I mean as we go through here. Many of you are simply renting your business. Okay? And that's again why this treadmill, this hamster wheel, this Bill Murray Groundhog Day. Now, I haven't even taken the time to introduce myself because I wanted to get right into it. But real quick, just for those of you who don't know, who am I? I've been a licensed real estate agent since 2007. I determined, or I realized pretty quickly that what my passion was, what excited me, what for me felt like fun, not work, was marketing and client acquisition, specifically online. So I actively sold real estate for a number of years, but decided to focus more on coaching and training and providing products for real estate agents around marketing. And from around 2010 to 2018, I built two multi-million dollar companies helping agents with their online marketing with building client acquisition systems. I also am the best-selling author of Amazon best-selling author of a book called Attract: 4 Simple Steps to Engaging Your Ideal Client with Zero Prospecting. Happily married for 17 years now with 4 amazing children that keep me, busy and productive. But I went back into active production, back to actively selling real estate at the start of 2020 for a number of reasons. I was feeling that I just kept getting this feeling that I was losing perspective, that I wasn't able to be relevant and relative to the people that I was trying to help. I just felt this burning desire to start and go back to practicing what I preach, and then also leveraging an amazing business model. And so a longtime business partner of mine and friend convinced me to reactivate my license in 2019. And in doing so, I reactivated in 2019. Didn't really start actively, building my my personal production until the end of 2019. And as I mentioned already, I went from 0 to 30 closed transactions this year, with 9 more in escrow, and simultaneously built an organization of 43 other agents and brokers who pay me referrals on a monthly basis. And here's the thing that's most exciting for me, and what I'm most excited about sharing with you is not just that, but that the fact that during that same period of time, I also increased my personal net worth by just under $850,000, which is over $70,000 per month and compounding fast. Now, you may be wondering, how is that possible? Okay, how is that possible? Well, let me know in the chat, who recognizes who this is? Let me know if you know who this is. This person has had an incredible impact on my life. So who knows who this is? RK, that's right, Paul. RK, I do. So this is Robert Kiyosaki. Right on, Karen. Thank you. This is Robert Kiyosaki. And Robert has written a bunch of books. He's a very famous investor. And the book that when I read it, really started to change my thinking was one called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But what I've learned over the last 15 years of just grinding and grinding and grinding and really feeling like not really making any headway is that the most impactful, his best book was a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. Now that was his second book to my knowledge. And the reason why is or the different pieces of the quadrant I've got up on the screen here. And so the reason why most of us, most of you listening, are stuck in this hamster wheel is because we haven't figured out how to go from the left side to the right side. So the left side is you have a job, right? And you don't have any leverage because you're trading your time for money. That's when you're an employee. Well, most of you are self-employed, right? And the way Robert describes that is that you own a job. Well, I would contend that for most of us, you're even renting that job because you're still trading your time for money. Now, you may be trading your time for more money, but you still don't have leverage until you move over to the right side of the quadrant where you have a system and people who work for you, and then your money works for you. That's how I was able to do this in just 12 months. That's how I was able to go from 0 to 30 transactions, how I was able to build an organization, how I finally moved from this side of the equation, which even when I had built those multiple 7-figure companies, okay, I was still living on this side. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. And it wasn't until the last 12 to 15 months, let's say, where I finally moved over to this side of the quadrant. So here's how I did it and how you can too. I did it by adopting a better business model and business plan. I did it by focusing on owning versus renting. I did it by building and leveraging systems for client acquisition and team and organizational building. And I did it having the realization that, and you've probably heard this before at some point, but that people fail. Ultimately, people will fail. Now, we can get up from our failures, we can keep going, but the point here is systems don't. Systems don't fail, right? And if you build a business around systems and leverage, you can achieve incredible things in short windows of time. It's how you could double your business, not just in 2021. I would dare to say that for most of you listening, if you put these pieces in place, you can double your business in the next 90 days, maybe even the next 60 days. Now, specifically, what I want to unpack and over the next, let's say, 25, 30 minutes is what I'm calling the revolutionary new automated real estate client attraction process called the selective sequencing system. Now, some of you may have seen or heard me talking about the selective sequencing system, but what I've discovered is it's the fastest method ever to fill your pipeline with motivated buyers and sellers looking to work with you as a client, to consistently put one or more transactions in escrow every single week without any outbound cold calling or relying on referrals. Remember the cherry on the top, the gravy on the top, or buying expensive portal leads. And we're going to go through all the details of the system with you in a moment. But before we do, let's talk about why this system works so well. First and foremost, it relies on technology and dynamic behavioral automation. Dynamic behavioral automation. Now, you don't need to know what the definition of that is. You just need to know that it is set up in such a way that when potential clients take an action, when they demonstrate through their behavior that they're interested, the system steps in and does the heavy lifting, which means it's working even when you're not. Okay? So if you want to take a week off, if you want to take the day off, if you're out with clients, if you're out on a listing appointment, if you're meeting with another agent talking about, partnering with them or bringing them into your organization, the system continues to work for you thus giving you more leverage and control. I could not have possibly done and accomplished what I've accomplished this year without the system. And that's not to say, listen, I am nothing. I am no. I'm nothing special, right? Um, do I work hard? Absolutely. Am I focused on growing and becoming the best version of myself? Absolutely. But there is no way I could have accomplished the number of transactions, the organizational growth, and the increase in my personal net worth without systems and without leverage. It would be impossible. We all have the same amount of time, the same amount of hours in a day, days in a week. It's about systems and leverage. That's how you make the difference. Because again, going back to this Warren Buffett quote, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, if you don't find a way to acquire clients while you sleep, or while you are spending time with your family, or on vacation, or insert whatever activity, you are going to work until you die. So not only that, but with our new selective sequencing system, you're able to attract higher quality exclusive leads and clients. So you don't have to be competing with 2, 3, or 4 or 5 other agents, or be looked at as a commodity or just another door opener. Because here's the reality. Here's the reality. We talked about relying on referrals and your sphere, and how that's really the cherry on the top, or the gravy on top, not the actual meat and potatoes, not the actual sundae. Well, some of you, you may be looking for other ways, right? You may be you may be buying leads from realtor.com or Zillow or other places like that. And the reality is, when you do those things, you're fighting in a red ocean. Okay? You're fighting in a red ocean. You're fighting in an ocean where there's already blood in the water, and that's why uh, you know we so many agents and brokers are looked at as a commodity, as just another door opener, because we're fighting in a red ocean. With selective sequencing, you can create your own blue ocean. um, the clients that we acquire through this system, I'm not competing. I'm not having to cut my commissions. I'll give you an example of this. I had a client. We listed his property just a few weeks ago. He came in through this selective sequencing process, this selective sequencing system. And when I went out for the quote unquote listing appointment, um, one of the first things he told me was, "Hey, just so you know, you don't have to sell me. Like, my wife and I have already decided that we're going to work with you. I just want to show you around, and then we can decide on the listing price, and you tell me what you charge." Literally, that's the way the conversation went. And it's because I built rapport and relationship through the system, and through some of the best practices that we recommend to our clients and our partners. And it was already a foregone conclusion. I wasn't going there on a listing appointment competing with 5 other agents where I have to show this. Why I didn't even bring a listing presentation. Nothing. Okay, it was already a foregone conclusion. And I can't tell you how many times that has happened over and over and over. In fact, I don't think I've lost a single client in a competitive situation all year. So what is this system? Okay, what is this system? Well, it's a simple 3-step system based upon 3 fundamental truths. A system I would never have discovered, or better, I guess more accurately, I wouldn't have been able to put together the way that I have without having to try and scratch my own itch. In other words, I needed to figure it out for myself first and foremost. Okay. I needed it to work for me, because I went back into actively selling, and I wasn't going to build a business around door knocking or cold calling or begging for referrals. So step one. Now, let me take a minute here. Is this good so far? Is this making sense? Are you tracking with me? Let me know in the comments. I need some feedback, and I need a drink. I mean, like a drink of my coffee, a sip of my coffee. Sue says yes. Paul, keep going. Ray, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so here we go. Step one. Step one. We want to proactively repel tire kickers and the looky-loos and people that just are going to waste your time and energy and attract those who are serious and want to buy and or sell right now or in the very near future. Now that sounds great, but how do we do that, right? That sounds great. Of course, we would want to do that. How? Okay, how? It comes down to two simple words. Two simple words. Buying intent. Buying intent. Would you agree? Let me know in the comments or in the question, the Q&A box. Would you agree that closings are happening in your market every single day? Even during the worst of everything that's been happening with COVID, the shutdowns, all of that nonsense. There are closings happening every single day. Every single day. Would you agree? Let me know. Yes, I agree in the comments. So how do you position yourself to get more of those clients and closings? Well, I want to use an analogy here that I think will be helpful for you. Okay. I want you to picture your market, your target audience, the pool of people that you would like to do business with as a stadium full of people. Now, obviously, right now that can't happen. So let's imagine. Let's harken back all the way to a year ago when this was possible, pre-COVID, and I want you to envision the difference between these two scenarios. Okay. What most agents are doing in one form or another to try and get closings or clients is literally walking up and down all the aisles in here and saying, "Hey, do you want to do you know anybody that needs to that wants to buy or sell real estate? Hey, do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate? Do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate?" You're literally going up and down, and you're like trying to hand out your business card to anyone and everyone. Who do you know? Who do you know that might want to buy and sell real estate? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Versus putting yourself down here with a microphone and making an irresistible offer, okay? Putting out an offer that will naturally attract and get the people in here who are interested, where they raise their hand and they willingly provide you their information, where they're coming to you. Okay, which one is more efficient? Which one would you rather have? Would you rather just tirelessly go up and down these rows and blah, 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 or put a message out to your market and allow the folks that are most ready, willing, and able to come to you? That's the difference. That's what this system will allow you to do. Here's an email I got recently from one of our clients, Greg. He said, "I wanted to send you an email I received today from a client who's been getting my stuff. She came in through selective sequencing. I sent her a personal video after noticing she was using my property portal." By the way, personal videos is one of our pillars, our weekly, daily habit pillars for success. Here's her email. "I'm getting these all of the time." So this isn't a one-time occurrence. This is happening over and over and over. "Thank you as always for your unselfish giving approach to business." Here was Sarah's response, and I've got that on here. She says, "Thanks so much," or "Thanks for the thoughtful video. I haven't had any issues with the portal. Things are going well. I spoke with a lender last week and I'm just trying to finish saving the last bit I need. Probably won't be able to buy until March. Wanted to keep you in the know though. I'm really looking forward to working with you. I'm not working with anyone else at this time and don't plan on it. If that's all right." Have a wonderful holiday. If that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. This is Hillary. Hillary is an agent in our organization, someone that we partnered with a few months back. She says, "Good morning, Josh. Oh my goodness, I can't thank you and Mike enough. I turned on the ads yesterday. That's part of this system. Yesterday morning, and so far I've had 7 leads into my caving core. Amazing results, and both Heather and I myself are totally blown away. In just 24 hours, you and Mike accomplished more than we ever had in almost 6 months." She goes on to a few more things, and then this was an update. My lender called me. This came in, I think, the day after or 2 days after. My lender called me at 5 p.m. Yesterday in a panic. I keep getting all these emails about buyers for new homes, and they just keep coming. LOL. That's how many signups so far. It is truly amazing. Susan says, "Wow, my selective sequencing program just started this morning. I've had 3 leads already, exchanged texts with all of them, spoke with one, my lender spoke with another, and the other one said they were going to fill out the pre-approval form. Searches set up, and all looking to buy in the next 1 to 2 months." Okay, so step two is creating what I call a slippery slope effect with new leads and prospects by providing them a choose your own adventure type of conversion process. Everybody, can you picture the choose your own adventure books? Did you have those? Do you remember reading those growing up? Or maybe you had kids reading those growing up, right? Where you can kind of, you start the story and then you get to the end of the chapter and then you can choose, do we want to have this happen next or this happen next? And it would depend on, that would determine what chapter you went through. Well, we use that same process to create what we call the slippery slope effect. We want to make it as easy as possible for new leads and prospects to take the next logical step with us, with you, by offering a wide variety of ways for them to take the next action. We're not forcing them into the way that we want to convert them or get into conversation with them. We're making it as easy and frictionless as possible, right? We want to reduce the friction. How do we do that? We do it through emails, texts, ringless voicemails, surveys, PDFs, webinars, mini webinars, by allowing them to schedule a call, by allowing them the opportunity to download an app. And when you present all of these different ways for them to take the next step, you drastically, exponentially increase the number of prospects that turn into clients. Here's some examples, and this is a great story here. So I woke up one morning, this was in October, I think, to an email from one of my lending partners, Jeremy, who he had sent over a pre-approval. It says, "I wanted to reach out and formally let you know we're ready to move forward with Patrick and Lisa. We'll be using a VA loan just in Patrick's name. We're going up to 250. I'm sorry. We're able to go up to 250, but they would like to stay at 200. By the way, they bought at 244. We settled. But here's the backstory on this one, because this gets even better. These clients, I didn't meet these clients until settlement. I met them for the first time at settlement. They came in through the selective sequencing system. They originally got connected with Jeremy through Facebook Messenger, through our system. Jeremy sent this email. I sent them a personal video message saying, "Congrats, you're pre-approved. Here are the next steps in the process." We got them out looking at homes. They went with my showing assistant, who I brought on to my team during the early summertime as things were picking up. We found them the home. We put it under contract. I used personal video messages throughout the process to keep them updated and so forth. And I met them for the first time at closing. And Lisa, the wife, when I walked into the settlement room, I was a little late because I was coming from another appointment. She said, and the settlement agent and the listing agent in this case, they were like dumbfounded. She's like, "I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity. You feel like a rock star. I've been telling all my family and friends about how amazing you are and how you do these videos and blah blah blah." All of that happened because of selective sequencing. I didn't have to convince Patrick and Lisa to work with me. I didn't have to discount I didn't have to offer them something special or whatever. I just had to use the system and follow up and follow through. Paul's actually on this. Um, uh, here's some notes from Paul. 6 appointments for this week. Let's keep it going. We may want to turn it up. I think Northerners are really rethinking Arizona. We wrote 2 contracts from Wisconsin buyers last week. Here's one that came in just a few days ago at this time from Matt. I estimate 40 leads in less than a week. Crazy considering Christmas was in 4 days. I had text responses from approximately 15. We actually did a case study with Matt. It was more like 18 or 19. With the more detailed messages I sent to you earlier. Curious what is the best, most efficient way to proceed with the scripts and so forth. And in fact, we did a whole case study with Matt. If you'd like a copy of that case study, just let me know. Just shoot me an email. I can send that over to you. Or just go to selectivesequencing.com/case-study-Matt. Selectivesequencing.com/case-study-Matt. Don't do that right now. But you can check that out. And then he sent, I think this was the next morning. The leads keep coming even during Christmas. This is message from a lead from the system. We're empty nesters, prefer 55 plus, ranch, 350,000 max, which is that's way above the average price for his market. 3-bedroom, must have a front porch, 3-car garage is a must. No hurry. Currently live in Fishers. So they have a home to sell, and they're going to buy. Multiple transaction opportunities. This is, and I'll keep this moving along, but this is a screenshot from one of my lending partners. This is his calendar, and then our text conversation from the system. I counted it was like 20 calls scheduled. Maybe it was more than that. No, actually, it was more than 20, and actually 20 applications had been started just in 1 month's time using the system. So, would you like my team to build your very own selective sequencing system for you? If so, you can fill out the application on the page at the URL on the screen, growwithjosh.com/apply. Growwithjosh.com/apply. There's an application process, and then you can schedule a call. And on the call, we are going to game plan. We're going to brainstorm and build out the system specifically for you. And then you can choose if you want to partner with us, if you want to work with us as a consulting client, or not at all. It doesn't matter. Either way, the call will be incredibly valuable for you. I promise you that. I guarantee it. Right. So step 3, building out a multimedia, multi-channel automated follow-up process that sifts and sorts out the most highly motivated and highly qualified clients. While also, this is critically important, while also building your brand locally, positioning you as the expert with your target audience, and creating that consistent flow of ready, willing, and able clients month in and month out. And here's the best part about this system. You can focus on what you do best, what we talked about at the very beginning, helping and servicing clients. I guarantee all of you listening right now, you are really good at the service of real estate, at the business of real estate. If you just had more clients, that's all that, that would make all the difference in the world. Here's a Facebook comment from another one of my partners, Frank. He says, FYI, Josh, since you added some of the follow-up to our new construction campaign using the selective sequencing system, I have 1 listing appointment, and they also want to buy a home. I also have 2 new clients who have both been responding every time I message them, who are looking at new 55 and older communities starting at $280,000 with a 3% commission. Not too shabby. So let's recap how the selective sequencing system can help you. Step 1, by crafting your marketing messages and campaigns to attract the most highly qualified and highly motivated buyers and sellers. Step 2, creating the slippery slope effect with your new leads and prospects by allowing them to choose their own adventure. In other words, choose how they'd like to be converted into a client. And step 3, building out your multimedia, multi-channel automated follow-up process that sifts and sorts out the most highly motivated and highly qualified clients, while branding you as the local expert and keeping your pipeline consistently full with new clients. Who would like that? for their business? Let me know in the Q&A. Plus, we're going to, for those of you that we have the opportunity to schedule a call, we'll talk about and walk through maximizing any under leveraged assets you already have to generate some immediate new client opportunities. In fact, Matt, let me find Matt here. Matt had, I want to say there was like 800 old leads in his case. He was using KV Core. He had about 800 old client prospects and leads in there. And through our work in deploying this system, he got a whole bunch of those old folks in conversation and able to sort of build a pipeline from that old business as well. And we can certainly help you do the same. So if you're ready to stop wasting your time and money on cold calling, expensive portal leads, or helplessly relying on referrals, and you'd rather have us build and launch the selective sequencing system for you, so you'll have a pipeline consistently full of motivated buyers and sellers who are ready, willing, and able to work with you and double your business in the next 90 days or less, then fill out the application on this page. In a minute, I'll put that in the chat as well, but go to growwithjosh.com/apply, growwithjosh.com/apply, and then schedule a time for us to chat so we can brainstorm and see if it's a fit for us to work together. Now, if you remember at the beginning, we made an agreement. Okay, we made an agreement. If you're on the left here, you're stuck, you're frustrated, you feel like you're on a hamster wheel, etc., and you'd like to get to the right where you've got a scalable and predictable business, one that's compounding your wealth over time, then you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family to at least explore what this might look like for you. Okay, cost you nothing, and we'll invest some time together and see if it's a fit. So when you work with me and my team, we'll personally build out the selective sequencing system for you, including all the offers, the ads, the messaging, and more. We'll set up all the tech. We'll launch and optimize the system, including filling your pipeline with leads, and work with you personally to maximize conversations and, more importantly, appointments. So regardless of whether you choose to partner with us or not, this call will be incredibly valuable for you should you decide to apply and schedule a call, and I guarantee it. However, spots are very limited. These are calls scheduled with me, and my calendar, because of this offer and the system, is pretty full and filling quickly. In fact, I'm just checking my calendar as we were speaking, and several spots have been swooped up as we speak for tomorrow. So go ahead and go to the application on this page, growwithjosh.com/apply, and schedule a time for us to chat so we can figure out if it's a good fit and help you create a plan for 2021. All right, let's get out of presentation mode here and go to some Q&A. Raymond Arnold says, what is the cost for the system setup? There are a number of different options, Raymond. And so it ranges from virtually nothing to it just depends, Ray, if we're partnering with you or we're working with you on a consulting basis. So there are a number of different options. I'd be happy to go through that, what those options are, what they look like, how that works. Just go to, I'm going to stick this link in the chat as well. So you can go there, get some more information. Karen, I'm in. I will do the setup right on. Oh, it's Karen. We had spoken a couple weeks ago, right? Marvin says, sounds like an awesome plan. Absolutely love this. Sure sounds great. The URL for the case study. Yeah, so I'll put the case study URL in the... So this case study is really... it's really a training, because the majority of that case study is us working together in his CRM to craft better messages to the, you know, let's say 15 or 20 people that had already engaged with him through the system. Holly says in. Oh, do you mean you scheduled a time, Holly? Is that what that means? So let me say that if you complete an application and you can't find a time slot that works on my calendar, okay? So if you complete an application at growwithjosh.com/apply and you can't find a time that works, just shoot me an email, and I will be happy to find a time that works for you. Al says, I'm ready. My lender is on board. Let's go. Right on, Al. Let's do it. Andy, lots of value here. I appreciate that. So C. Ray Brower. So partnering with you at EXP. So that is one of the options. Yes, Ray. That is one of the options. Al, you do not need another time slot. We just need to get you guys a link to get going. Al and I had been talking and strategizing for a couple of weeks. So Al, I will get that to you today. I was just waiting on a link from Jeff on our team to get over to you. Jeffrey, hi from Milwaukee. Hello. Robert, there are multiple options. There are multiple options. And you can see the options on the application page as you fill that out. Partnering with us, with our organization is one, but working on a consulting client basis is another. Paul says 100% love selective sequencing. Peeps just got to do it. Right on, Paulus. I appreciate that. Holly, oh, I want to be in. I just need to fill out the application. Well, I will chat you the link right now. There you go. Juliana. So what is the difference between the two options on the application? So we can unpack that, Juliana, when we schedule a call. If we're partnering with you, do you get a percentage? Yeah, we can unpack that. And there are a number of different ways that we can structure our working together, whether it is partner or on a consulting basis. Karen, no, in your case, you don't have to fill out the application. I think you have the link to get set up. Juliana, you're very welcome. Any other questions, comments? Right on, Juliana. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Scheduled a call. I just want to look at my Calendly here. Up, yeah, okay. 1, 2. So it looks like there's a couple of spots left for tomorrow. And wow, Monday is also filling up. That's good. Right on. Let's see here. Got to run. Need to fire this back up. Also, if you need a testimonial from anyone, let me know. Right on, Paul. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Good. Jill, how are you? Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. The application link is the one you posted. Yes, Andrea, it is. It should be in the chat. It's also the link on the screen currently. No, Melanie, was that no spots left this week? Melanie, just shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, and we can figure something out. Or certainly early next week. My email address is josh@growwithjosh.com. You know what? I don't know why I didn't do this. Here, I'll put my. I'll also put it. Email josh@growwithjosh.com, and my cell. I mean, please don't like bombard me, but feel free to text me if you have questions or can't get a spot on the old calendar. Let's see. Thanks. I scheduled a call. Just making sure I'm not missing any questions. To confirm, I will send out the recording of this as well as the slides. I will do my best to get that out later today. Worst case scenario, it'll be tomorrow. I just panicked for a half a second there. I making sure that it did record. It does look like it did record. I almost had a panic attack, but what are you going to do? Hey, Fletcher. Didn't see any spots for tomorrow. Like to talk as soon as possible. Just shoot me an email, Fletcher. Josh@growwithjosh. See here. Okay, thank you. Percent. All right. So I promised. Well, I said I would do my best to keep it under an hour. We're still under an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, josh@growwithjosh.com, or you can call or text me on my cell phone. If I don't answer, I'll get back to you, or you can fill out an application at growwithjosh.com/apply. Thank you so much for spending an hour with me. I look forward to working with you, and I'm looking forward to chatting with a number of you so we can get things dialed in and build a plan for you to knock it out of the park. Take care, and looking forward to talking soon.